Today we're diving into one of the wildest true crime tales to ever hit television screens. The real-life prison break that inspired the miniseries Escape at Dannemora. This story originally burst into public view in the summer of 2015, shaking up not just the town of Dannemora, New York, but captivating people all over the world. It's a tale of deception, romance, manipulation, and a high-stakes chase through the forests of upstate New York. But unlike Hollywood fiction, this saga is all too real. Let's set the stage. On June 6, 2015, alarms rang out from the Clinton Correctional Facility, a maximum security prison known as Little Siberia for its reputation and climate. Two dangerous men, both convicted murderers, had somehow vanished from their adjoining cells. Their names? Richard Matt and David Sweat. How did they do it? This wasn't your classic makeshift rope from a bedsheet escape. Instead, it was a stunningly elaborate plot worthy of any crime thriller. Here's the inside scoop on Matt, Sweat, and the woman who risked everything to help them, Joyce Tillie Mitchell. First, meet Richard Matt. Before he ever set eyes on Clinton Correctional, Matt had already racked up a criminal record that spanned decades, and it was anything but petty. In 1997, he kidnapped and brutally murdered his former boss, William Rickerson. According to his accomplice, Matt beat Rickerson unconscious with a knife sharpener, wrapped him in duct tape, and drove him around in a truck for more than a day. When it was over, Matt snapped the man's neck, dismembered the body, and disposed of the remains in the Niagara River before fleeing to Mexico. After being caught there, then extradited back to the States, he was convicted on multiple counts of murder, kidnapping, and robbery, earning him 25 years to life behind bars. But Matt wasn't new to escapes either. Back in 1986, long before Dannemora, he managed to scale the fence at Erie County Jail, only to be captured 4 days later. He was cunning, violent, and according to a juror at his trial, a true sociopath. Now let's talk about David Sweat. His crime was just as haunting. In 2002, Sweat and two others killed a sheriff's deputy named Kevin Tarsia. After stealing guns, they were stopped by Deputy Tarsia. That night, the three fired at the officer 15 times and ran him over, a crime so senseless and brutal that during sentencing, the victim's fiancé called them monsters. Sweat avoided the death penalty by pleading guilty, but was sentenced to life without parole. The third key figure in this escape is Joyce Mitchell, known as Tillie. She was a civilian working as a sewing shop supervisor inside the prison. Lonely, depressed, and feeling unloved at home, she became entangled in a dangerous flirtation with both Sweat and Matt. As their relationships deepened, the inmates used every psychological trick in the book. They flattered her, manipulated her, and drew her into an escape plan. At first, it was small things, cookies here, brownies there, but soon they convinced her to start smuggling in serious contraband. Hacksaw blades, chisels, drills, even specially lighted glasses to work in the dark, all hidden inside frozen hamburger meat. Joyce was compromised. She was scared, desperate, and claimed that Matt was controlling and abusive. In a chilling interview, she later revealed that Matt had sexually assaulted her and even threatened to harm her husband if she didn't cooperate. For 85 nights, Matt and Sweat worked side by side, quietly and methodically cutting through steel walls at the back of their cells. To avoid detection, they'd place dummies made from clothes in their beds, just like a scene out of The Shawshank Redemption, a movie they joked about as they tunneled. "Andy did it in 20 years. I bet we could do it in 10, Sweat recalled saying to Matt. They worked up to 3 hours every night, burrowing into a labyrinth of tunnels below the prison. Their aim? Freedom. Finally, they broke through and on June 6th, emerged from a city-block-long tunnel onto the outside world, lifting a manhole cover and making a run for it. They even left a note. "You left me no choice but grow old and die here. I had to do something." Originally, Mitchell was supposed to be waiting outside to give them a ride to Mexico, and according to reports, Matt wanted her to murder her own husband with sleeping pills he provided. But cold feet got the better of Joyce. She destroyed the pills and never showed up. Now on their own, Matt and Sweat set out for Canada, with nearly 2,000 law enforcement officers hot on their trail. For 22 days, the state of New York was gripped by panic and anticipation. The search spanned multiple states, but as the days dragged on, resources stretched thin and tensions soared. Residents were terrified, officers exhausted. The chase came to a violent end 20 days later. Richard Matt was spotted after a civilian smelled gunpowder near a cabin. When authorities closed in, Matt was shot and killed in a confrontation with law enforcement. As it turned out, Sweat had already abandoned him 2 days before, frustrated by Matt slowing him down with blisters. He struck out solo, inching closer to the Canadian border. But freedom wasn't in the cards for David Sweat either. He was spotted, walking near a road, and, after ignoring commands to stop, was shot twice in the torso by police. Sweat survived his final run and, after recovering in a hospital, was hit with extra years to his already insurmountable life sentence. So, what became of the prison seamstress, Joyce Mitchell? She pled guilty to helping the fugitives and was sentenced to up to 8 years in prison. In the end, she served just over 4 years before being released in 2020, her family remaining, almost unbelievably, by her side throughout her incarceration. The Clinton Correctional Facility escape was more than a breakout. It exposed deep vulnerabilities in the American prison system. It was a story of manipulation and failed checks, but also one of desperate people, broken relationships, and the cold calculation of 2 men with nothing to lose. The drama that played out in those 22 days feels ripped straight from a screenplay, and that's exactly why it became the blockbuster series Escape at Dannemora. If you found this incredible story gripping, make sure to leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Would you have believed something like this could happen in real life? Don't forget to check out our other stories where true crime meets real-life drama. Thanks for listening, and until next time, stay curious.